Well, hey guys, it's November 14th. I'm actually in Georgia. I just got here tonight, drove over, got a friend here who invited me to come hunt with him. Started talking about this back in the summer, I guess, and just didn't know how things were gonna transpire this fall, but I ended up having to cancel a couple of trips that I had planned and had tags for. And so I really haven't been able to hunt much. I've hunted a couple of times, taken my dad, and then I've taken my daughter a couple of times, and she got her first deer a couple of weeks ago. I've only gotten to sit a couple of times though, just hadn't had a lot of opportunity. The weather's been real hot, it's been super dry. And so he's got several good bucks on camera, and then he's got several spots where he has permission to be able to hunt, and some of it's suburban hunting. And so I actually brought my Summit climber here with me, just to give me some versatility. And so literally, he isn't even here. He had me a spot in his little lake cabin here, and he's gonna meet me here bright and early. I'm just glad to be here, honored that I got invited. Gonna wind things down here, get my gear ready, make sure everything's ready to go, crawl into bed, get a few hours of sleep, and be ready to go in the morning. Set number one just got settled. Doing a little suburban bow hunting here in Georgia. I'm about 20 feet up in a pine tree in a pretty cool little creek bottom here. And I already had a doe walk by and stare at me while I was getting everything set up. I think that's kind of the plan this morning. Play a little whack-a-doe. Get a little blood on my hands this morning. It's a nice morning, feels good, got a little breeze right in my face. So here we go, let's get to hunting. Yep. Yeah, baby. I think she's down right there. Got a 2-year-old buck. Keeps walking around. Pretty sure he was on the trail of that first doe that saw us when we were getting in the stand. And then 30-40 minutes later, 2 does and a fawn came walking back this way, and he was behind them. But they started feeding right here, just right underneath me. I finally got a shot on one of the does. The other 2 won't leave. They can't figure out why the other one won't get up. And the young buck is sticking around too. But we're gonna sit for a little bit longer. So we'll see how it goes from here.
Look at it. Okay, so all right, let's break it down. I've harvested I don't know how many deer in this suburban community, and every year there's just more and more deer. This road that runs adjacent to this community annually has between 10 and 20 deer accidents, and some have been fatal. Deer conservation is needed more in urban, suburban, sprawling areas due to development than ever before. We gotta thin the does out in here, which is exactly what you did.
Let's go retrieve, shall we? Oh my goodness, I mean, that had to be hard. That's what you want. A mega meat, yeah. Telling you, boy. I mean, she went, what, 30 yards? That's good. Dude, it blew out this front shoulder. God. Way bigger than I thought. She's a fatty. That's gonna eat. Day 2 here in Atlanta. I've gotten a pretty good taste of hunting in the burbs, something I haven't done before. We hunted yesterday afternoon and saw a few does, but it was super windy. With the wind, it got them real kind of spooky acting, and so they never even came close, and we didn't see any bucks. We're in a new spot this morning, and he's actually never hunted this spot, but it's pretty crazy. We're right behind some homes, but the guy that owns this piece of property has all kinds of relics and things he's collected over the years, and so they're just scattered all throughout. They're just fixtures to the deer, so they don't care. Just real light wind, kind of out of the east, but not enough to matter. It's really kind of swirly. Got some good shooting lanes, and there's lots of trails running through here. And I just buggered one. So I should probably stop talking. You see this?
Yeah, I see this.
Uh-huh. We came to
Truett's Luau.
Truett's Luau, Chick-fil-A on Hawaiian steroids. In, where are we?
Peachtree City, yeah.
Just outside Atlanta. And this is my card, and I told him I was paying for this. He said no. He throws all these other cards up here, and I said, well, we'll let them decide. So this is the only one I got up there. And then the lady comes over and chooses the purple card, because purple is the month of November for children who have seizures. And her daughter has seizures and has since she was like 4, I think she said.
She's 13
and she
now.
chose my card. So this was a God moment, and we just thought we should share that because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the odds weren't very good for,
The odds
for
were-
me. They were for you.
They
and
were
not
ever
paying.
in my favor.
But God's
God
plan
knew.
and His design is, Jason, put your pride in your pocket.
That's right. This card.
I love it.
Do what now? This is bizarre. This is where we're hunting, baby. We're just in an apartment complex. And there's a swamp. And we're gonna hunt right over there. Yep. We sure are. Train track, hunting, swamp, apartments.
smoked him. Huge buck. Finally, a plan comes together. I cannot believe it. I've had this deer and 2 other deer on camera all summer. This deer has been frequenting, and he's not daylighted since August or early September. He showed up last night at 12:01 midnight during the rut by himself. And the only time I've got it on camera just eating corn. And it was just right now. I've been bow hunting since I was 12 years old. And I've had so many opportunities to kill great deer, find them myself, kill great deer, and it just never worked out. Either somebody else killed them, or they got hit by a car, or I got lost permission to hunt the property. And the crazy thing is, he ran right towards the hill that Tripp and I are gonna kill ourselves, dragging him up.
All right, so we came in this afternoon. I mean, I literally didn't even get settled enough to do an update. Just literally guys, you know, blowing off the parking lot right here all afternoon. And I mean, we get in and I'm super sweaty, and then we got down here and I could just tell, like, I was like, golly, this is really thick. But I knew that I was gonna be going toward where he would likely enter this piece of property, and so I just wasn't thinking it was gonna happen. But literally I was still sweating in the tree and sitting there for like 15 minutes. I filmed a little bit, and sure enough, I see some movement to my left, and just in the thick privet, there he was just standing there. And he stood there for probably 10 minutes. I could just see horns moving. I couldn't really see his body. He finally makes his way, heads right down the path, and ends up right in front of his camera. And I can't see him, so I don't know. I can barely see the deer. I certainly couldn't see Jason, so I just wasn't sure, you know, what was happening. And it took probably another 10 minutes, and finally that shot went off. The deer ran right toward the path, because it's really steep, right toward where we walked in here. So that's gonna make it much easier to get out. He expired right here, let out a big grunt. Just a really cool moment where he knows that this was God smiling on him. This is a freaking old, gnarly stud.
We went through here, and he got right up here, and stopped right here. Knew he wasn't going that way. Took 2 more steps, staggered, and look at the tank of a deer we've got here. I cannot believe this moment. I cannot believe this actually happened to me. Look at this. Look at that. Come on now. This is an old deer. You know, I don't know what happened on this right side, but you know what? This is a special deer for more than one reason. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that.
Is that a wound on his back right?
It might be. It would, yeah, it would make sense. Oh yeah, it is. You're right. Yeah, he does have a...
That's what it is.
He does have a...
He probably got hit by a car.
Yeah, guarantee you that's a car right there. Guarantee you.
That's what happened to his right side.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Jesus, for entrusting me with taking this animal, this beautiful, majestic creature. And I know he's gonna taste good, even though he's an old rotten fart. And I'm gonna eat every bit of him that I can. God smiled on us tonight. Oh, yeah. Big time.
Worked out.
And I shared it with somebody that understands the reality to what this is all about. So this is special.